Life can feel difficult. Sometimes life as a believer can feel difficult, like shards of glass under your skin. Even when you try to take a break, when you try to rest, there are more tests, more difficulties waiting for you. Sometimes it seems there's no relief, and you're tested in ways that you weren't prepared for. Sometimes, when you're even at your worst, when you feel that there's no way you can possibly overcome what you've been given, stop and listen. Stop. Take a deep breath. Brothers, this is not a sign of a dying heart. It's not a sign that you've been given too much. Rather, this is a sign that you're growing. Like any muscle, the heart and the mind are stretched to their limits before they grow, as is your patience. All of the tests and trials of this life, Allah has promised us that He will never give us more than we can bear. And in our morning and evening adhkar, we ask Allah specifically to never give us a trial that we cannot bear. We have to do these adhkar every day, every morning and every night, and remember the promise of Allah that every single challenge that you face, Allah has given you access to the knowledge that you need. It could be that you need to do research online, that you need to stay up late and research in the Quran. It could be that you need to ask the people of knowledge, but the answers exist, and they are waiting for you to find them. Do not be complacent. Do not be weak. Do not forget to look into this perfect system of Islam that we have, which has the answers for every problem and every situation. Sometimes it can feel like you're completely alone, like there are no other believers who are strict on the path. Everywhere you look, you hear music. You see people who are not dressed properly, people who mock our religion. We live on this earth as if we are the oppressed ones, as if we are the ones beneath everyone else. We live as if Islam is a joke to them, but it is not to us. The pain of living this way, of going outside and seeing the people lost in this dunya, preoccupied with their houses, with their cars, with their living situation, with their wealth, with this dunya, and forgetting about the akhirah, not living their Islam, not being honest and upright, not being like the Sahaba and like a Muslim should be. They are the lost ones, and it is you who is truly alive. Anyone who is comfortable and happy in this world belongs in it. The Akhirah and Jannah are for those who find it unpleasant here, because Jannah is their home, and they are not satisfied with anything less. They love Islam, they love the teachings, and they want to emulate them in their lives. They want to see it implemented here in this dunya, across the globe. It pains a true believer when they see other religions lost and on the wrong path. It pains them when they see Muslims who do not follow and implement Islam and its teachings. It pains them when they see this world in an utterly lost and dejected state, when Islam, the perfect answer, is here, but it is not being implemented by the Muslims or by their rulers. It pains them that they do not have the ability or the knowledge or the strength to implement Islam on this dunya, or to teach it to the people and to reach into the hearts of every single person and plant the light and beauty of Islam there, and to plant its understanding there. It pains them. But this is part of the struggle of this deen, and this is part of the test. And this is a sign that in fact your heart is still alive. Brothers, this is a beautiful thing, to have a heart that is alive. It is the heart that is dead, and that feels nothing. That is not just dangerous, it is a sign of doom. If you look around at this world and you see all of the trouble and all of the turmoil, all of the oppression of our Muslim brothers and sisters, of our sisters losing their honor and giving it out freely themselves, not valuing themselves, mixing with men, laughing. And the men who engage in haram, who lose their Islam, who engage in riba, who follow these lost rulers who have nothing to do with the sunnah, while the sunnah has nothing to do with them. If these people can feel comfortable in this dunya, then their hearts are dead, and they are not people who you should follow or be like. Rather, you should remember the Nabi, who saw the lost people of this dunya, even the people who harmed him, even the people who persecuted him, even the kuffar whom he went to war with, to spread Islam, to spread the truth. His brothers, the Sahaba, his companions, they died and gave their blood for this deen, which now the Muslims are giving up, allowing the kuffar into our holiest places and not standing up for our brothers and sisters in Palestine, whose honors are being dispersed and whose lives are being destroyed as if they are nothing more than animals. And many Muslims continue with their celebrations and their lives, wastefully living, going on as if nothing is happening when we should be crying, as if our own family members were in Gaza right now. How would we behave differently if our own family was there right now? This is the way of the believer, and this is the way that the Prophet, peace be upon him, lived. This was his heart. So, glad tidings to those who have the heart of the Nabi and continue to struggle and fight for Islam, and continue even though it is difficult, even though they shed tears, whose hearts remain alive and attached to the deen. Good tidings to the strange ones. Become a ghuraba, those who implement Islam and remind others to do the same. It is glad tidings for such people, because paradise is for the strange ones and for the ghuraba. Brothers, remain steadfast and remain on the path and take heart, because know that life here is short and the afterlife is forever.